are dishing. All right, all right, all right. Hello there, my darlings out there. It's another glorious Wednesday. And you know what time it is, so get your popcorn, get your crumpets together because, baby, we are dishing tea, and you are dishing tea with Big Meat. Hello there, all of my tea sippers out there. I'm glad that you came in. I so thank you for your love and your support for the show. If you want to join in on the conversation, my darlings, please give us a call, 347-205-9183. Once again, that's 347-205-9183. Okay, the chat room is open, or rather the tea room, so if you want to sit up there and chat or whatever, please do so. I'm going to ask, darling, that you dish your tea over there responsibly, okay? We can agree to disagree, but just don't be disagreeable, you feel me? And just make sure that I don't want to see nobody screaming and hollering and carrying on and getting all disrespectful over there, so just be mindful of that, and it would be a wonderful, glorious day, okay? Now, let me say my disclaimer right now. This show is for mature audiences, and the language and subject matters are not appropriate for children, nor are they appropriate for anyone who is not mature enough to handle the subject matters. So your listening discretion is advised, okay? Once again, your listening discretion is advised. Let me take time to thank you to all of my sponsors who support Dishing Tea. I love you all for showing me your love and all of your constant support. Trade Day Management and PR firm. At Trade Day, enjoy a touch of Southern hospitality with a universal appeal. For all of your public relations and entertainment management needs, contact Travion Davenport at 678-523-3088. Once again, 678-523-3088, or email her at tradedaypr@gmail.com. Once again, tradedaypr, TREADAYPR @gmail.com. We also want to say thank you to Pharaoh's Treasure Box. Fine art, unique jewelry, and sensational 3D silk floral arrangements. Creations by Taps. For all of your decorative needs, contact Pharaoh's Treasure Box at 248-688-5178 or 5179, or you can email them at pharaohstreasurebox@comcast.net. Once again, Pharaoh's Treasure Box @comcast.net. Also, a big thank you goes out to Parisian Wine Productions. Parisian Wine, music to lighten your spirits and lift your souls. Specializing in gospel and inspirational house dance music. For your production needs, or if you need a hot little gospel track or something, contact Paris Hairston, the CEO at Paris42268 @yahoo.com. Once again, that's Paris42268 @yahoo.com for Parisian Wine Productions. Thank you goes out to C-Train Productions. C-Train, you're on board the right train for all of your entertainment needs with C-Train Productions. Omar Casserly is the CEO and founder. For your casting, producing, and production needs, contact Omar at www.ctrainproductions.com. Once again, www.ctrainproductions.com. Also, a very special shout-out goes out to Life Fellowship of Christ Ministries. Live in Freedom Everywhere, LIFE, Life. Reverend James Coleman is the leader and founder of this ecumenical social justice ministry brought forth to free the oppressed and introducing a fresh approach to the Christ consciousness. Contact Reverend Coleman at mustardcole@yahoo.com. Once again, that's mustardcole@yahoo.com. Their services are held every other Sunday at the Woodbridge Estates Clubhouse over at 4106 Supremes Drive, Detroit, Michigan, 48201. Services are held at 12 noon. You can contact them for more information at 313-833-9278. Once again, 313-833-9278. And thank you for all of my sponsors. And we're going to keep things moving right along. I am so elated. I'm joyful. I'm giddy, gay, and all of those other things because, darling, this past weekend has been, it's been very exceptional. My guest on the show today, they came down to partake of Atlanta, and I got a chance to meet them face to face finally. and hell, I almost had a crying spell. I had to hold back my tears because as we got to talking or whatever, I've just been so elated for them. And what it is that we're going to be discussing is going to be them. For those of you who don't know, as you see, honey, I had to open up with Evelyn Champagne King, honey. Ain't no doubt about it, baby. I am in love. And bitches don't come for it because, darling, these children here were doing them, okay? All they wanted to do was just do them and let the world know, honey, I'm in love. This is my man. And see, like I told them, honey, see, if it were me, I'd have played Stephanie Mills' Keep Away Girls, because all you bitches, honey, this one is all mine, and I will fuck you up if you don't. However, okay, anywho, what ended up happening is that people being people have taken such a joyous and wonderful occasion and wanted to adulterate it by being nasty and cruel, because once their wedding pictures hit CYBERLAND, honey, this thing went global. And when I say global, I mean Amsterdam, Italy. This shit went so global so quickly to where they have now unofficially become the poster children for black gay weddings. And since all of this time, I had to reach out to them because I wanted to give them a voice so that you can hear them talk about them in a way that's going to be positive and productive so that you know what they're all about and you can tear away and cut down all of the bullshit that has been going around. If I'm not their biggest supporter, honey, I'm in the top 2 because after seeing it and after meeting them, honey, these are some lovely, lovely children. And I want my audience here at Dishing Tea to understand that. So without any further ado, I'm going to welcome to the show, honey. They call themselves the Smittyboyz, but this is the new Mr. and Mr. Cole-Smith, Smith-Cole, Michael and Jamil. Hello there, my babies. How are you? How are you? How are you?
Good. Doing good.
Is everything good? Okay, you got home safely and carrying on, honey. Wonderful. Now let me say this, because I have to go here because children. Now you look at the pictures and things, and you would think that this was just a tall man and a short man together. But I have to say this, honey. I'm 6'4", and anytime I got to look up, that's too damn tall. Jamil is 6'8". Okay, and looking at the pictures, honey, you would think Michael was just some little 5'5". Michael is 6 feet. Okay, I was like, oh my God. So I'm gonna start here, sugar, because you have just capitalized on the dream that all the queens want, honey. Every woman across America, tall, dark, and handsome. How did you do that, sugar?
Well, that's what drew me to him. When walking through the park and noticing him, I noticed the height and, the complexion was something that I love. And he's a very handsome man, so it was easy. He was very easy on the eye. So in seeing all that, I mean, that's a dream of mine, to be able to throw my head back and throw my arms up and just be dazzled. And I was. Still am.
Okay. Wait a minute. I was going to get real catty. But I ain't going to get messy because you said throw your arms up, honey. Mm-hmm. Okay. Jamil.
I said arms. We're talking about...
I caught it. I got arms, sugar. I got arms. Yeah, I'm going to let it be at arms, honey, right now. Because it's still early in the game, honey. It's still early in the game. Jamil, baby. Okay, because see, I got the both of y'all. What I love about it is that we're gonna hear both. I'm gonna start with the beginning, of course, because we have to hear the love story. Okay, of how this came to be. Now, I read, I'm doing my research. I read a printed interview from Pride Index, and so I want to not necessarily, I'm paying homage to boyfriend because he got that exclusive, but I got you talking. So I want to just, go over the beginnings, and then let's talk about the infamous September 13th, honey, 9/13/09, honey. That's a hot little number, 9/13. I was just thinking about that, and then 9/12 fell in the day. Anyway, I'm babbling. Go ahead, honey, and Jamil, give us your side of it, honey, because here you are, 6'8", and I know for me, I always have a problem with what I call the Betty Barney syndrome, honey, because I can never find anyone tall enough. But I always fall for those who are, shorter than me and this, that, and the other. And, Betty and Barney from the Flintstones, there was always that height difference between them. So how was that for you when you first met Michael?
Honestly, it was one of those storybook fairy tales, it seemed like, and I tell the story a lot. People kind of, take it and, think I'm joking, but I seen him walking towards me, and honestly, I could say it seemed like we were just the two of us there, and it was amongst the hundreds of thousands of people in Piedmont Park that day. We were there for Labor Day weekend, and you know how it is for Black Gay Pride in Atlanta. It's just 1 million people out in the park, and all I seen was him. I seen him walking towards me. Everything, I heard no sound. I seen no faces. All I seen was him. I was just stuck.
I have that over me. It happens all the time with people.
Okay, what you say? Go, tell your story, darling. It happens all the time. It's nothing new for me. Okay.
But it was the last one for you.
I amen to that.
Right. So yeah, and that's how it all began. And at that point, I was with my best friend. I kept telling him, that's that guy, because we had previously met before, but like I had this conversation before. It wasn't the season. It wasn't the time for us to be together.
Get it? Okay, get it.
And I was like, that's that guy. That's him. I seen him. That's the guy from last time. And my friends was like, well, talk to him. And honestly, I was just stuck because I felt like that the previous time we met, like I said, it wasn't the time for us, but we spoke and, we kind of let that pass. I'm thinking, should I speak again? And at that point, he was so close to me, he just stopped and said, are you going to say something to me or not? And I was like, well,
okay.
Hey, I didn't know if you were with somebody, because he was with his group of friends and I was with my group of friends. So at that point, I didn't know if he was, actually with anyone besides his friends. So it's like, I didn't know if you were with someone. I didn't want to be disrespectful, da-da-da. So we did that, had the initial meeting, and we had a conversation, and we eventually exchanged numbers, and, he's now my forever future.
Not your forever future. Shut up. I like that one. Okay, I like that one. That was going in the computer banks right there. My forever future. All right, damn it. Oh. Okay. Okay. Now.
Side of the story.
He didn't ask you for your side.
Well, okay. Well, Dish, honey, Dish. Honey, we right here. This is all about y'all. Give it to me.
No, that's basically how it went down. I mean, and walking toward him and seeing him, I always think back to when we finally sat down and talked, and Jamil asked me, he said, am I your type? And I told him, no, you're not my type. And he looked at me all strange, like all hell, and I was like, no, you're what I dream. And when I dream man, small and dark and handsome and masculine and just desires me to no end, and he was sitting there, and he had these lustful eyes going, and I was like, oh, this is it. Here we are today. It was it.
All right, okay now.
So, yeah. I mean,
well, I ain't mad.
Honestly speaking,
I ain't mad.
The night that we spent together, when we first met, that morning when we woke up, I asked him, what are we? What are we doing here? And he says, well, I don't have any commitments. And I said, well, I don't have none. And I said, okay, well, let's do this. Are we a couple? He said, yeah, we're a couple. Hey, let's do this. And from that point on,
okay.
We're a couple.
Okay, now see,
I was not. I was willing to do whatever I had to do, move around whoever I had to move around, stop whatever I needed to stop, start whatever I needed to start. This was going to happen.
Oh, no, you didn't move heaven and hell, child.
Yes, I sure did. I came home and I did that list of phone calling. Don't call me no more. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't see you no more. Go to hell. You know.
Shut up. Okay. No, we done went through the whole gamut. Okay, I'm sorry, boo boo. I can't see you anymore. No, you don't call me no more. You just flat out go to hell. Okay.
Right.
No.
In that order, and my life began.
Really?
Yes.
No. Okay. Now let me ask this because see. Okay. Here's the mama in me. When it happened like that, did you feel it was happening so fast? Because you now come on, let's get real for just a second, because we know how our community is, honey. You know, you met him on Friday, honey. You done moved in Saturday. You married Monday. You know, kind of feel. So as this was progressing, what is it that you were saying to yourself throughout all of this? This is for the both of you, because as we all know. You know, when it's right, there is no such thing as time. You know what I mean? Because spirit has no time. But at the same time, you know, we end up getting in our own way, and sometimes we end up moving too fast, moving to this, moving to that. So during this process, you know, you done alienated friends. Jamil, you done set up, and eventually you end up moving to Minneapolis and carrying on. What was all that like, and what was that process for the two of you?
I'll let Jamil go first.
You said did it go too fast? No, I don't believe it went too fast. I believe it went fast, but it felt right. You know, I don't have any regrets in the end. I don't regret.
Lovely.
It was a fast process, but no, I don't regret it. I think back. I think it was my third visit to Minneapolis. I came to Minneapolis like every weekend after that initial day we met. I was here every weekend. If not, he was in Detroit. And by my third visit here, I was ready. You know, I was ready. And we were sitting dinner, and he said, well, you know, I don't do long-distance relationships, so either you move here or, you know, I don't think it's going to be too much more. And I believe it was 2 weeks later, and I was moving. You know, he didn't have to ask twice. You know, I knew who I wanted.
Right.
I wanted him, and I was, you know, I had to do what I had to do to be with him. I don't think it didn't move too fast for me. You know, it was a process. You know, we still were learning each other. We had to learn each other. We're still learning each other. But you know, I don't regret anything. I believe it was God's plan, and it was God's time for us to be together.
I believe that. Michael?
For me, I didn't feel like I was moving too fast. The chemistry was unbelievable, and I hadn't experienced that in a very, very, very long time. And not to mention, I desired him. You know, I was intrigued by him, and then the more I talked to him and got to be with him, I learned to adore him. And the thing about it was, I try to live life like this. Enjoy the moment. For however long you have that experience or that in your life, enjoy it for that. And if you're granted more time with this situation or this person, then, you know, to God be the glory. But in my case, I had just wasted so much of my time in my life trying to find love and dealing with so much trash that it was a breath of fresh air to be able to say that I'm going to let all this go and I'm going to take a chance on love with someone who I think can really, really deliver it to me. Because I was ready, and I had enough in me to give him, to accommodate him. And in talking to him and being with him, I realized that he had everything I needed. See, I'm a very physical person, but I'm a very emotional, intimate, you know, type person. You know, I like intimacy. And he gave me everything. And I was like, it's amazing how you can run across somebody and they can fill every void in your life, you know, to some degree. And in that, you know, you can get the rest for yourself. But it was amazing because even when dating, nobody was whole. I was dating several people, and I said if I put them all together, I still don't have a whole man.
You still don't have a hot damn.
I still didn't have a whole man. Put them all together, still something was missing. With Jamil, it wasn't. Anything I needed, I can go to him and I can get it. And that was in the dating process. So you can imagine, with the commitment coming and him moving here, that, hey, I'm good. And that's what it was. It wasn't too fast. It wasn't fast enough. But that morning when we woke up, I asked him, please don't leave. But at that point, he didn't know to trust me like he does now, And then at the point that I said, please move here. You have to move here. He says, no problem. I'm there, So, no, it wasn't fast enough.
Oh, okay now. It wasn't fast enough. I'm scared of you. All right.
Right is right.
And see, this is the thing. And see, when I tell this to my kids, I tell this to my sisters, I tell this to, my girlfriends and carrying on, you can only speak for yourself and you know what is right for you. Now, like I said, honey, the mom and me, listen, I'm like, ooh, okay, ooh. And see, I look at my best friend because, child, hell, he had just moved back into my house, and I'm like, okay, child, this. I got my Judy girlfriend. Then he met this guy, and the next thing I know, within about 3 months, child, he is packing up, talking about, okay, girl, I'm gone. And I was like, bitch, okay, wait a minute. And then a year later, they were married, and they've been married ever since. And so, so everybody knows that timing, particularly when it's right. That's what I say, there's a spiritual connection there, and I think that's the component that may have been missing from you before, Michael, with all the other children. And here you were able to spiritually connect as well as, be intimate and things of that nature. So now, here we go. Okay, you moved. You guys, you've gotten to the point where you're like, okay, this is going to be it. Tell me about the proposal.
The proposal was all my idea.
Oh no, Jamil.
We were at dinner one evening, and I used to wear this gold band. It was just a regular gold band. And at that point, when he asked me, did he want to move, that I had to move to Minneapolis because we were going to be together, and I said it was no problem. So I took my gold band and I put it on his hand. And at that point, it was completely official that, we were married. We were definitely married from the day we met. And I believe that was the official proposal. But Michael has a different story. But
okay.
No.
And then I got that evil grin. Okay, dish it, child.
No, that's basically the official proposal. But the proposal, as far as to have the ceremony, came and us just, feeling the vibe of weddings, because several members of our family had gotten married this year, and we had discussed it on and off. What do you think about a ceremony? Because in my previous relationship, a ceremony was not an option, but in this one, anything was possible. It just what
right
out to me opened my eyes and my spirit up to do any and everything. So why not a ceremony? So we talked about it on and off. But as we were going through all the preparations to be a part of a wedding or go to a wedding, because there were several, we caught the bug, and we were just driving one day, and Keisha Cole's song, You Complete Me, has been my song. It just was resonating in my spirit. The words speak to me. She speaks to me. I love me some Keisha Cole. But anyway, so the song was playing, and I was thinking, if I was to ever have a ceremony, I'd play this song. And I looked over to him. I said, babe, you want to have a ceremony? And he was like, sure, why not? I was like, okay, let's do it. That's how that went down. And from that particular day, Keisha Cole was the key song that we were going to use in our wedding.
Okay, so she was the anchor.
Anchor. Yeah.
Yes,
okay. So now, I read it took exactly 5 months to prepare,
right,
and to plan. 5 months of planning and this, that, and the other. Okay. Um, what was that like? Because we're going to get to this wedding, and as a matter of fact, let me just I'm gonna include all of that there because, my darling. Okay, let me get a little that way, because for those of you who have not seen the photos or have not been privileged to see aspects of it, the
Well, the
Smitty
wedding is
Boys.
on YouTube. Part of the wedding is on YouTube.
Yes, on YouTube. They go by the name the Smittyboyz, Smitty, new word, Boyz. You can look it up on YouTube, and you can see the Michael's entrance and his walk down the aisle. You can see the sand ceremony, and also their vow exchange.
Yeah,
Now, okay, hooker, let me get to you in this damn walk.
okay.
Because baby, I swore, and I spoke with Bianca. Bianca was on the phone. Bianca is their publicist's children. Bianca and she sent me to the site, and I'm telling you, if I had been there, I would have probably knocked you in your back, because baby, number one, this hair, which is what I think everybody got upset about. This hair was laid. Okay. Laid. I mean, slayed, laid, just made, honey. Then, your tux with this train,
Yeah.
and then the flower girls, and yo coming to America like entrance, honey, with you stepping on flower petals and shit. I said, okay, bitches, that this is an entrance. Okay? I hollered. I'm surprised y'all ain't heard me, because I said, now this is what it's all about for me. I loved it, and I bask in it with you because it was you guys' day. Now, here we go. Because I got a number of naysayers that look at it. In fact, someone in the chat room wanted to ask about, following this heterosexual like pattern of the wedding, to where you had the brides, the groomsmen, the bridesmaid, you had the bride like procession in, and et cetera, et cetera. There are those who have criticized because it was very extravagant. And it should have been, because that is your day. And my son said this, and I want to knock him out. And I know he's listening, because he and I had a couple of words about this. He was like, well, I know they spent thousands upon thousands of dollars. And I just didn't agree with that. I thought that maybe they should have brought property or something. And I said, bitch, this was their day. You don't say that to no heterosexual woman, honey, who just spent $100,000 for a fucking gown that she only gonna wear one time, and carrying on. So why would this be any different? If this is what they said they wanted for their wedding, why would you criticize it? So let's start with a lot of the criticism that you got for either what a lot of folks think is the cost of the wedding, your hair, the removable train. Let's start there first before we get into the rest of the hoopla. Dish it to me, Sugars.
Well, let's start with the removable train. Well, I've always had this kind of gothic feel for what I wanted to look like on my wedding day. And I've always wanted not so much as a train, but something following me, some kind of coat that just drug behind me or something like that. So I was
right.
That's my day. And so I got with a designer. His name is Earl Bannister out of Baltimore. And together we came up with the concept. It was in my head, and he basically had a lot of the same feels in his line of collection, with the same feels. We were on the same page. So there again, here it is. I'm living out my fantasies. Why not? I'm a gay male. I can push the envelope on a lot of things.
Say it.
And being the type of man that I am, I don't give a damn what people got to say too much about how I present myself, as long as I present myself in a very classy, elegant, masculine kind of way. Now, I knew I was riding the cusp. I was riding a thin line from being overly flamboyant, borderline on the feminine side, and borderline hot ghetto mess, but also I was riding that other line of being just totally wowing people. And basically, I got all of the response in that manner. As far as the hair goes, if anybody look at my history, I've been wearing hair since on and off since I want to say 90, 92, on and off. I have worn hair from time to time. It's a look that I like. I also like a bald fade. So, you know, I go from one extreme to the other, you know, so that's a norm. So with this being my day, I wanted to just go all out and do all the extravagance that I felt that I could do that represent Michael. The hair was one of them, you know. Jamil took some kind of coaching in that area. He wasn't too keen on it, but when I explained to him, God damn it, I want some hair, so, you know, hey, live with it. You know, he said, okay, I'm giving you the train. Now, the hair I got to sleep on. So he slept on it. He woke up next morning. He says, okay, you can have your hair. Okay, I had my hair. So these are just things that I desire to do on my day. You know?
Dig it.
Either like it or not. You know? So
Okay.
that was that. And as far
Okay.
as Jamil had an entrance also, which hasn't been put up on YouTube. But he came into When I First Saw You by Jamie Foxx.
Ooh.
You know, he had a grand old entrance. He was brought down the aisle by the officiator and his two attendants. You know, and he made a
excuse me.
that shut the house down also. And, you know, I think we need to go and upload that on YouTube.
You need to do that, honey, because it's the both of y'all. And I say that because, and let me go here, and this may be a little messy. I say that because a lot of folks will walk away from this wanting to already determine what your roles are in the couple. You know what I mean? Because they've already labeled you, Michael, as the bride, the woman, the this, the that, because of the hair and all of the extravagance or whatever. You know, you had to train. You know, I've even read a comment about, you know, someone wanted to call you like the bitch in the relationship and this, that, and the other, and all of that. And my whole thing, you know, that there is neither here nor there, because like I tell folks, honey, okay, I may put on some hair, I may put on a couple of cutesy little shoes or whatever, but when it's all said and done, you don't know. Big Daddy is still there, honey. So for those of you who don't walk this walk or don't understand what this is, shut your mouth, baby, because, see, you know, don't make me put something in it that you might like. Anyway,
Can I touch on that?
But go ahead.
Can I touch on that? Because
please do.
Prior to meeting Jamil, I was a complete top. Okay, and I saw.
Oh, well, dish your tea.
I'm dishing my tea because it's to help somebody. See, okay, it helped me, so I'm trying to help somebody here. And I sought after soft voice, so I would be able to be in my role as a top, okay?
Dig it.
So I was comfortable in that Big Papa role, you know? And so
right.
Jamil broke down all my barriers. He broke them all down. You know, he made me be very, very comfortable with myself as a gay man. Now, and did he bring out the bottom in me? You know, view it however you want to be. But I enjoy sex so much more by being open-minded to the possibilities of everything going on in the bedroom.
Dig it.
Just being one-sided. I'm very free now. I'm very comfortable with who I am as a person. So when Jamil comes at me and he makes me feel submissive and he makes me feel soft, you know, and he makes me feel bottomed, I'm okay with that. And when I go to him and I'm feeling strong and masculine, and and I push him down, and I,
Okay, but grab. Wait a minute. Where's my handkerchief now?
I'm okay with all.
Hot diggity boom, honey. Okay, wait a minute, clutchy, dabbing, sweat, catching the drool.
I am more comfortable with my sexuality now than I've ever been. And was I running away from it? Probably. Maybe that's why I sought softer boys. You know.
Interesting.
Rejection. So would nobody tell me no? Or hear somebody saying, okay, coming at me like, well, I want to do you too, and I'll be like, oh no, I don't get down like that. So,
right.
I kind of like covered my bases when it came down to the type of guys I dated. But see, in a situation like I am in now, the sky's the limit, and sex is so much better when you can go ahead and you don't know what's going to happen. When you're a top and then it's going down. But see, when we go to make love, it's like it's open season. So what do you
Which is, and that's the point right there. Right, that two little word phrase, when you go to make love, because it transcends. You're no longer in that I'm tricking, I'm fucking mode or whatever. This is someone who you've decided and made the conscious decision to say, this is who I want and willingly want to give myself to. And for that, what you have just explained, my darling, is what everyone seeks in a partner and in a committed relationship, because that's what it's supposed to do. It is supposed to be able to where when you two come together, you are one. And there is no top or bottom in relationships, at least in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? There's no top or bottom. The goal is, I am here to make sure that my partner is satisfied within reason. You know what I mean? Because, sometimes we get a little crazy and everybody's not in agreement. But as long as we're on one accord, the goal is satisfaction. And so the naysayers and the children that's out there who really don't understand what this is about, because they only know, for our heterosexual counterparts, I'm talking to you directly because you don't understand it. But you do understand exploration, and you do understand newness, and you do understand being totally free with your partner and being able to be creative and let go of inhibitions, because you are in that person and you want to experience that with that person. That's what makes this so real and so wonderful. And because of that, let's go into now a lot of the ugliness. We got callers. Callers, I know you're listening. I'm coming to you, babies. I just want to make sure we get a lot of stuff out before I take your calls, because I think I'm going to touch on a few points. But let's get into the whole debacle of this, because I know, like I said in the intro, you guys were just doing you. When all this hit to where you're getting plastered on, folks are coming to you saying, okay, I saw this, and folks are saying this. I saw this, and folks are saying that. When it got to a point where the children at Morehouse got fired from their jobs because of posting derogatory remarks about your pictures, what was that doing and has done to you?
Well, just for me, I felt bad in the beginning, and I really did feel bad for the young lady for getting fired. But you can't express your personal feelings everywhere at every time. It's a time and a place for everything, and that just wasn't the time and the place for it. You were at work. If you felt like it was a lot of negative things that you wanted to say, you should have had that conversation with the young lady that she sent it to after work, on the phone, somewhere else but there. Especially at Morehouse College, Atlanta, the gay black mecca is what everybody calls it. It's an obscene amount of gay black men that go to Morehouse College. It could have been any other person's child, brother, father, son that she was talking about. And I just felt like that was just the wrong time and the place to express her feelings. And then she based it on every black man, every gay black man.
Oh, okay, she did, didn't she? Okay.
I mean, she really hit hard, and it was. She talked about black men, straight men, white women. I mean, she really went in on it. So many cultures, and it was too much.
Well, I think personally, this should be a learning curve for a lot of people, because see just how she got fired because of the derogatory comments that she sent out via her job email. Mm-hmm. A lot of companies, they're against this, but their employees are still doing it. Yeah. Now, we were approached with the possibility of pursuing a lawsuit against all these companies that would have adversely affected a lot of people on their job, and a lot of people would have gotten fired behind the fact that they, again, sent out derogatory comments from their companies, emails. But we chose not to do that because, for one, that would affect too many people. We felt bad when the young lady got fired. So can you imagine if it went global, if there was a firing globally, you know? No, we don't want to be that couple. But people need to take in consideration the things that they're doing with their work computers. And I'm just putting it out there, and maybe that'll help somebody because, no, we did not sue, but somebody will. A young lady, she sued a blog because they called her a skank, and she won in court over being called a skank. So the things that these blogs allowed us to be called, and some of them called us some names also, you know, there's real good grounds for a lawsuit, but we're not pursuing that. The thing about it is when it all blew up and happened, it took us by surprise. I mean, we still had to go through our daily lives. We still had to get up. We still, you know, at the time had our child. We had to take care of her. You know, we still had our job, our business. We have employees. We still had to deal with that, deal with bills, deal with everything. And here we were being hit daily with all the negativity that was coming through these blogs and through emails and everything. And it's got to be a little bit overwhelming. And we kept saying, why us? You know, and sometimes you could either be them or you could be you. Which one you want to be? I'm setting you up for something, you know. So
okay, now.
What position you want to be in? Right. You know, you could be on the blogs or you could be a blogger. Which one are you going to be? You know, I need you to be in a position to when I use you, you are in place. So just stand your ground. And I told Jamil, I said, Jamil, we just need to just stay put and stay focused. Because this stuff really can throw you off because the negativity came so hard. They hit hard in the paint. They were saying things about us that made us doubt ourselves.
Right.
You know, if I told him, I said, Jamil, we need to just stop looking. Don't read nothing else. Because it affected our family. It affected our job. I mean, when media takeout hit, it shut down the salon. It was just too overwhelming. It just was coming in too fast. Every day we woke up and we looked at each other. We was like, okay, what today? And each day proved to be
different from the next.
It was always something. And so we just had to stay grounded. We had to continue talking to one another. We kept the lines of communication open with our families, and we just had to stay rooted in what we believed and our love. See, the thing about it is, you know, we've had some ups and downs, but it's always the love. You know, I look at him, and I can see that he still loves me. He looks at me. He knows I still love him. So let's get through this. How are we going to handle this? And we found that the best way to do it was let them do them, and we continue to do us.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, maybe you know what, that statement just answered this question. I got a question over here in the tea room, and Cali gay lady, honey, that's my sister, Miss Courtney, out in Los Angeles. She asked, she said, why not pursue the lawsuits, especially if you're dealing with your bills like you just said, and the money can reimburse y'all for some of that wedding costs and et cetera, et cetera. So, but I think you just answered it by saying, you know, just let them do them, and because God is, you know, you feel as though you're being led to do something else. So what do you feel is their calling?
No, you know, the calling is, I don't know. You know, each day he opens up something new to us. You know, with us being used as the poster children for gay marriages, you know, and in the African American community finally has someone that they can see that represents them in a sense, as far as some men of color that are doing the same thing, that are attaining the same opportunities that are afforded to our white counterparts. It's just like the Princess and the Frog. You know, all the young ladies, they're like, oh, my God, now I see somebody that looks like me. Well, the African American community, gay community, is saying the same thing. You mean to tell me that it is available and accessible for us to have ceremonies, weddings, and, I mean, elaborate ones if we want one? It's there.
Right. Exactly.
And I think that's why a lot of these white organizations are using us as their poster child, because now they can associate themselves with the African American community. Because, believe it or not, we're very segregated still.
Oh, well, see, you finna get ready to hit on something, because I was finna get ready to go there.
Very segregated, okay? So this is the
link,
you know, this is the missing link. the African American community. They can get a lot of these laws passed because of the simple fact that I think if they would focus on the African American community, that is the missing link. You get those votes. See, a lot of us, we don't even think you're thinking about us. You know, you don't come at us.
Exactly. But part of that is the black church, because the black church has done blinded everything. So
exactly. You know, you get the black gay vote up in there and the young black gay vote. Give them hope of a wedding. Give them hope of a commitment. Give them hope. Why should they back the marriage vote when they don't think they'll ever be married? Why should they go out of their way to help you get this law passed? When they, that's not for me. That's for our white counterparts. No, it's
right, exactly.
You too, my children, my black children. You can have a wedding. All this chat line and all these sites. That's not hooking up. That's not finding true love. You know, if you focus your mind on something different, then yes, this is attainable to you. Look at these men. They did it. They found love at Gay Pride. We were walking.
Right. I was going there. See, get out of my head, because I was going there.
I was there to have myself a good time. I had me a pack of 24. Okay.
Shut up. Not a whole pack of 24s. Okay. You did not go get the supersized packages of condoms. Shut up.
I went there. I had them from the XL down to the mini micro. Who was I going to meet that weekend? That's what it was.
Okay, right. Now, that's interesting.
Love. And it's available. It's available to our children. It's available to our black gay children out there. They need to know this. You know?
Now, see, here's the thing, and let me go here for just a second, because that there is one of the dynamics of this, and I think it is the irony of it, because I am one who is in this debate, this fight, if you will, about black gay prides, because I don't necessarily see us as being serious, as particularly with the black gay men, because black gay pride has become synonymous with sex parties and has become synonymous with debauchery and lasciviousness. There's nothing there. All of the stuff that's of substance does not get attended to. All of the meetings and all of the workshops and this, that, and the other, unless they're sexual workshops, because Men of Onyx, they will sell out, and carry on because folks are getting their freak on or their kink on or whatever. But anything that deals with elevating the culture or whatever, those particular workshops and ideas and stuff, have less attendees. But Pride is always known for, what mainstream society has always believed gay people to be. And that is just, full of just, tawdriness and self-inflicted nonsense, otherwise known as sin. So, here, for you to have found each other and it's real, does that put pressure on you now? Because, when you tell your story, we met at Black Gay Pride and, after 2 years, we've gotten married and this, that, and the other. Does that put extra pressure on you? Or does that fuel you to say we can turn Black Gay Pride around, at least the image of it?
I think it gives the younger crowd a positive image of Black Gay Pride. Now, what they take from it and how they use it is, that's their own choice, because a lot of people are not going to follow in our footsteps. Although we want them to, they're not going to.
Right.
The people just say, well, I'll do that when I'm older. When I get older, I'll do that. I just want to live my life because I'm young. Well, a lot of people don't make it to be as old as I am or as old as Michael is, because of the HIV situation. And I want some of those younger kids to take that from that. You don't have to, and I'm not going to say necessarily hook up, but you date for a while. See if that's going to be the right one. You get to know somebody. Don't just look for the sexual aspect of a relationship. It's so many more
right
in every relationship that they need to look forward to. And I think that's where the young crowd is losing it at, because everybody's basing the whole relationship on a sexual aspect. And
okay.
To overlook that, you can't base every relationship on a sexual aspect.
Yeah, but gay pride is going to continue to be what it is.
And that's true.
Okay. Well, that's true. That's true. I just thought, that's just me being optimistic. Now, see, here's another thing. Now, let me ask this, because, see, here, I hear that you guys you've already met with the city of Minnesota and the state of Minnesota, and have already petitioned them about wanting to move forward with legalizing gay marriages there. So I take it that your marriage is not, quote unquote, a legal marriage, but did you guys register? Are you a registered domestic partnership or anything, or was this a ceremony, a commitment ceremony of devotion?
A commitment ceremony of devotion, and let me tell you why. Of course, because it's not legal here, but
right.
ID wasn't going to dictate to us the procedure. Okay, I get it. Yeah, if it was a legal situation, then yes. But it's not here. Mm-hmm. Civil unions are recognized, yes, I get that also. But for us to just say, screw society, screw the government, they're not going to dictate to us. We're going to do what we need to do as far as making our marriage what we need it to be. We had the ceremony, but we've also taken precautions as far as other avenues that other married couples do to make sure that we're both covered. When it comes down to insurance policies, we're beneficiary on that. When it comes down to property and things of that nature, both our names are on it. There's the will situation, living will, let people know who gets what. Don't come here saying you need this, that, this. You do not override his position, and you do not override mine. So we've taken those kind of steps. Ourselves as a married couple. Now, the only situation that we would probably run into a problem with is when it comes down to hospitals and things of that nature. But our families know that you do not override his will or his decision when it comes down to me and my health and my life, and vice versa. We have total agreement from our family, and we have support from our family. So they know that in their eyes, we are a married couple.
Okay. I forgot the name of the form. Damn it. Oh, because I took a volunteer class. I was volunteering for hospice in Detroit at Henry Ford Hospital. And they told us what the damn legal paperwork was, and I forgot the name of it, because it was more than just a will. It had to do with power of attorney, but it was some specific paper that a lot of folks didn't know about, and I forgot what it was. Someone is asking, do you have your family support in writing? They say that you need to get it in writing. And this is Callie Gay Lady again, because she's had a registered partnership. She's in the tea room. She said that she's gone through all of that. And that's it. Thank you, baby. The medical durable power of attorney. Thank you, baby, is the paperwork that I was talking about. And she's going through all of that and to make sure that all of the legal stuff is in order. So she and her partner, have gone through all of that and this, that, and the other. And so she's encouraging, if you hadn't had all of the paperwork to make sure that you get all of the paperwork in order. Now, hold on. Let me look at my switchboard. Okay, I am down to the last 4 minutes. Now, listen carefully, children. For those of you who are listening by computer, I'm going to keep talking because callers, I don't want you to hang up. I'm coming to you. I promised you that. But after the next 4 minutes, honey, it's going to stop streaming on the computer. If you're listening by phone, you're going to catch everything. Those of you who are listening by computer, honey, you can always go catch everything that you're hearing in the archives because, the whole show will be in the archives, and you can get your family and your friends and everybody to come and listen and carry on. So I just wanted to say that now, and I'm going to say thank yous now so that everybody can know that I'm very appreciative of you guys coming on and giving us your voice, because all we had was pictures, and we need to hear you so that folks can really understand that this wasn't just some little kooky idea, that you guys have thought about it, and regardless of what folks may think, if they agree with it or not, this here was y'all doing y'all, and the debacle that come from this was on everybody else, because it wasn't you, it was them.
Right.
So I thank you for that. So we're going to keep moving. And And let me get this one caller in because they've been in here for quite some time. They're calling from the computer. I got all ones. So, my darling, 111111, I'm coming to you first. Hello there, sugar. You're dishing tea with Big Meat. Hey, baby, dish.
Hello.
Hello, caller.
Yes.
Yes, I'm talking to you. You're right there.
Hey, Meech.
Hey.
This is Paris from Parisian Wine.
Oh, hey.
How are you?
I'm everything, and everything is me. Go ahead, baby.
Everything is wonderful. I had to listen in, and then I had to call because this hits home for me. I am so proud of those two gentlemen. I am so inspired by them. This is a conversation that me and my lover of 8 years have been discussing as far as marriage and weddings are concerned, and his fear of a wedding for his mother because she's a pastor. So I just emailed this to his mother to show her that this is possible and that there is love out there for two gay black men. So I just want to give them kudos and tell them they have my ultimate support. But I'm going to tell Michael, when I come to Atlanta, I'm going to the shop and I'm just going to walk in and slap his face for that outfit.
Did you like the hair?
The outfit.
Well, darling, they're in Minnesota.
Well, I need to fly there. I'm confused. See, I'm baffled because, I'm all over the state, but, all over the country. But I need to go wherever they are and just walk in and just slap his face.
Everybody, a lot of the blog sites and the articles and stuff always say that we lived in Atlanta. The confusion was that we met in Atlanta, but we live and we work and we reside in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Well, I'm coming to Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Princetown, honey.
And
hey.
I go to Prince's house to visit my girlfriend, who's his background singer. I'm coming to your shop, and Michael, I'm slapping your face. I'll take you to the hospital later.
I think she's still in the hair.
Yeah, because, and then I'm going to get my hair done as I sit down, and y'all going to twist up my locks, and then I'm going to leave.
And then you go, okay, well, hush up, child.
That was fabulous. So you can
I love
it. Corner and the next caller, and Meech, I'll talk to you later, but I just want y'all to know that I support y'all.
All right. Well, darling, thank you. Be inspired, sugar.
Yes, always. There'll be a new song on my album.
Okay.
Okay, now. Okay, we'll talk in a second, sugar.
Okay, baby. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks, baby. All right. That's Paris calling in. Okay, he worked me for that. Okay, I wasn't ready. Okay. I wasn't ready, child. All right. We're going to go here. 313-247. 313-247. Honey, you're dishing tea with Big Meat. Hey, sugar.
What up, Dow?
Yo, what up? What's up?
I was just trying to give my brother a shout out.
What's up, bro?
I support them. You know what I'm saying? Much love to them.
Listening.
Oh yeah, you know that.
Yeah, that's my brother. He was my first best man. He stood up on the stage with me, right next to me, had my back the whole.
Oh, get out of here!
That's my brother. He's my younger brother, but that's my brother, and he's one of the original Smittyboyz, He started the Smittyboy name branding, and me and Michael have latched on, and we've all became the Smittyboyz crew. So, yeah, that's my brother. He's like my number one supporter, my biggest backbone. Him and my mom, that's my everything right there, And Michael is like my mom. Michael has become my mom's son. Confidant. They talk even, they put me out of their little conversations. So I'm glad he's listening. I'm glad he supports me.
And as weird as
my big brother, I still look up to you.
I know. I love you for it, man.
I love you too, man.
Oh, see now that okay. See, y'all finna go to make me holler again, because what I do love is that when you look at the wedding photos, honey, y'all had so much family support.
Yeah, we did.
And I thought that was just that there, Michael. When we were talking, that's where I started to wellow up at, honey. I was like, okay, because the idea that they got it You know what I mean? So many of our brothers and sisters, honey, have, you know, they've been thrown away and tossed about and tossed by their families. And the whole idea of having that family support and in numbers, y'all filled the place up. I said, look, babies, look. Oh, okay, wait a minute, get a little per clip. But it was just such a wonderful affirmation for your family to say, you know what, fuck the world, honey. This is still my child, and my child is happy, and I'm going to shine and resonate that light for my baby and my brothers. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and okay, see, yeah, wait a minute. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, brother, honey, I thank you. You know, because what it does for me is that it completely gives me hope and reassures my faith in our community. Yeah. Okay, because we as black folks and persons of color, because I'm going to extend that to the Latino community as well, we forget that it took us so long to recognize the family, and because we may not agree with the family or what one does not mean that the love is supposed to die because you disagree with a decision or something that they do, and et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, I commend y'all, and when I come to Detroit, because I'll be 40 in March, I'm coming home, I'm going to look y'all up somewhere, honey, just if I don't do nothing but shake y'all hands and be like, okay, y'all better do that damn thing. I'm coming.
They're there. All my family's still in Detroit.
Okay.
My family in Detroit.
Right.
All my family's in Detroit.
All his family is in Detroit. That's where we reside. 7 miles.
7 miles.
All right, 7 miles. And what?
He always say 7 Mile, Illinois.
That's all I knew for a long time.
Oh well, hell, that's where everybody is.
Yeah, I told you.
My son is right there at 8 in Illinois. Oh Lord, okay.
We're all up and down 7 Mile. That's where we reside. So.
Oh well, all right, honey. Okay, all right. See, that's in the blood, child, of the avenue of fashion and shit. Okay, I got you.
Right.
Well, all right then, my darling. Thanks for the call. I'm so glad that you are a wonderful supporter, honey.
Oh yeah, 100%. Y'all be good.
All right, okay, bro. I love you.
All right, baby.
All right.
Now, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about, honey. Yes. Now, listen. Here we go. Because now that we have gotten here, the question becomes, what's next? You know, you guys are entrepreneurs. As you said before, you know, the debacle of all of this, you know, had hit home. It was hitting at you had to shut the shop down because it became overwhelming. You know, so where do you go from here? What now has become your message? You know, that now that the world has basically put you on this poster, you know, where do you go from here?
Well, you know, hopefully up further.
Okay.
Up there. You know, we was doing the damn thing, but you know, thanks to the people, you know, the community, the public, you know, all the looky-loos, they have thrown us into this celebrity status to where now, you know, sky's the limit, you know. And in going there, we just want to make sure that our message stays what it is, that we, you know, symbolize love, commitment, you know, equality, things of that nature. We have been entertaining, you know, thanks to the media and the public, you know, the possibilities of a reality show with a serious message of equality and marriage unity, things of that nature. We're going to continue to do hair because that's our passion. That's what we love doing.
All right.
You know,
okay.
That's the limit at this point.
Stay focused and grounded. You know, we still have a 4-year-old that we have to deal with, you know, so we have to stay true to ourselves for her. We don't want to change too much for, you know, as far as that goes, but...
Exactly.
Other than that,
okay.
message out to help the children and let it be that, you know.
Now let's look at the positive swing of this, honey. All of this popularity, honey, has business increased at the shop? Because I know everybody wants that hair. Everybody coming in to get that hairstyle, child.
No, I would say not. I don't know if it's the fear of the cameras or fear of something. I don't know what it is, but
interesting.
We're feeling the pinch just like everybody else in this recession.
Yeah.
You know, we're feeling it, you know, but, you know, the good thing about it is, you know, even prior to the wedding, we were so grounded. We had a foundation, you know. We had a good, you know, I built this following, you know, in the salon for some years. I've been doing hair for 28 years, so it's like, you know, I have a very, very good following. So that's helped us, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you know, okay, now let me get a little messy, honey, because now I'm going to get into your business.
Lord.
Okay. Yeah, I got to do this, because if I don't, honey, if I don't, the children, honey, would, you know, they're going to end up posting shit. And let me go here. Okay, I got somebody saying they can't hear anymore. Why did my switchboard shut down? Okay, Blog Talk, we're going to have to talk in a minute. Usually, my switchboard usually gives me enough time, but my switchboard does shut down. So those who are on the phone, they got to come in the archives now. So it's just us. But we're still recording.
Okay.
Loud and clear on the phone. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, then she's not on the phone. Then she was listening by the computer. All right, I got to tell her that in a minute. That's Bianca. Y'all text her or something. Tell her she got to get on the phone. Here we go. You know, in this day and age, particularly in our culture, and I don't know how our lesbian counterparts are. However, I know gay men, when we see a couple and they've professed their love for one another, they've gone through wedding ceremonies and actually start to live a married life and not just, you know, for the sake of the wedding. And I like that. Somebody put that in here, you know, fuck the wedding. What about the marriage? You know, let's do the building of what a marriage is. And you guys have said that, you know, you have your daughter, you got your businesses and carrying on, honey, you paying your bills, making sure this is right and, you know, getting it all together. But here we go. The children always find a way to want to come in to try to destroy something. You know, be it they want to either flirt with either or both of you. They want to come in to throw shade and this, that, and the other. So how important is it for you to let folks know what it is that you two have? You know, and let me get more specific. We talked about this question face to face, and that is the monogamy question, because a lot of folks, you know, we have so many things now. The kids want to bring in the third. They want to create triads. They want to. This whole idea of being freaks, honey. You know, back in my day, the word freak was nothing to you know hold on a banner. It used to mean that you was the reject. You was the, you know, against the norm. But now we have embraced it to where, honey, if you ain't a freak, you're not normal. And in gay culture, we tend to want to press those boundaries. We want to make sure that, you know, yeah, I got my man, but I can still do what I want to do because I'm grown. I'm a grown-ass man. You know, how do y'all shut that down?
Good question. Good question.
I mean, at any point we decide or we think or we entertain the idea of exploring outside the relationship, it's going to be on common grounds of and complete understanding that it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's ever going to break down a barrier of our love between the two of us. Now, you know, we may allow you to enter at some point in our relationship to do just that. It'll be an entertainment factor, you know. But like I said, it'll be on common grounds. We have complete understanding of what we can, will, won't, and, you know what I'm saying, it's things that we will do, won't do. And at the end of it, it's still just the two of us.
How about that?
Now, see, me on the other hand, sometimes I be looking for some help.
I guess he's trying to say I'm too much at times.
Yeah, yes.
But, you know, I mean, it's still that question, you know. When and if we decide to do that, it's on common ground. There's nothing that no outsider is going to do to ever deter me from my husband. And I know that's the same way Michael feels. You know, nobody can ever steal my heart away from my relationship and my marriage. You know, now if we decide to do some freakiness, you know, whatever else, then that's just it. You know, and I feel like, you know, you either going to respect it or you can't be a part of it. And it's just that.
Exactly. Okay. What?
I'm curling hair. I'm curling.
Okay.
I'm not quiet for a reason. I'm curling hair.
Okay, well, and I asked that because, you know, like I said, a lot of, what?
I said in a minute I'm going to expound on that.
Oh, okay, don't burn the children, honey, don't, okay, she said I'm curling. Okay, and the reason why I throw that out there is because, I throw that out there because, you know, with a lot of naysayers and those who are completely against all of this, you know, and for my staunch Christian children who don't want to believe that, you know, this scripture is still in point, that the wherever it is, honey, it's in the New Testament, that the bedroom is undefiled. Between it says, you know, the wedding bed or the marriage bed is undefiled, and for those who don't understand, you know, we never question our heterosexual counterparts. You know, if they decide, and I say decide together, not one coercing the other into doing it, because, you know, if this is a mutual thing and you decide to do what you're going to do, my thing is, if it works for you and it's keeping y'all happy, okay. But the naysayers look at it from a point of, see, I told y'all, this, you know, this ain't no real whatever. But they don't necessarily get that from our heterosexual counterparts. You know, we don't hear that, you know, those kinds of scrutinies or whatever. And plus, knowing Queens like we know Queens, honey, you know, any and everybody want to come up to shut it down because, you know, now that y'all have celebrities, folks want to come in and say, okay, you ain't all that because I done had them. Oh, I done had this and I done had that and this, that, and the other. Now, someone is putting into the chat room again, okay, now, if you entertain that particular lifestyle, as far as swinging or bringing in or whatever, see, here we go. You know, what about HIV and AIDS? And what about your daughter? And, you know, those kinds of questions come into play. Now, these are all hypothetical questions now because, as you said, you know, if we decided it'll be mutual. But I threw that out there because this is where a lot of folks' minds are when it deals with gay men. Mm-hmm. So, can you tackle that?
Yes, I can.
Go ahead.
Okay. See, this is the thing about, like I said, my prior relationships that I've had, you know, it was filled with a lot of infidelity. It was a lot of sneaking and creeping on both of our parts, which tend to, you know, of course, like with anything, it's going to put a strain on the relationship, you know, especially when you got young men who are attractive, you know, somebody's going to always be coming at you. But see, it's not what you do, it's how you do it, you know. And in our relationship, do we have an open relationship? No, we do not. Do we have a relationship of understanding? Yes, we do. And what we do understand is the fact that even though we're married, we're not dead. Now, the thing about it is there's a big age difference here. I'm 50. Jamil's 30 years old. You know, so in going in it, yes.
Stop. Wait a minute. Press pause, bitch, because, damn it, you ain't finna work me like that. Motherfucker, you ain't finna goddamn work me like that. You ain't finna tell me you fucking 50.
50 years
Because
old.
I texted that shit to you last night, and you didn't respond, and I said, okay, it's a lie. It's a lie, and the devil ain't winning. And, God...
50 years old.
Okay, Heifer.
I've been around the block. I've lived my life. I've had it all. You know, Jamil is young. He's viral. He's attractive. Yes, people come at us all the time. You know, but see, Jamil knows his boundaries, and I know my boundaries. You know, and when it comes down to AIDS and things of that nature, you know, I had lived a life of fear of AIDS, you know. And, yes, some of that is still with me, but it's not anymore because I don't have to be fearful of AIDS anymore. All I need to do is protect myself to the 24th power. You know, you can't do nothing about that.
Not to the 24th power.
That's all you can do is protect yourself. That's all you can do is make sure that you cover all your bases when it comes down to sexual encounters with anyone. Is protect yourself, not expect anybody else to protect you. Now, when it comes down to the marriage, we protect our marriage. We don't let nobody come into our arena with an agenda to undo what we've worked so hard to put together. We have a strong foundation, and we built that before we did a wedding or any of that. Our foundation is built on love, respect, and admiration.
Absolutely.
You know, and I like him, and he likes me, which is another entity that a lot of relationships don't have. I like him.
I like to be around him.
Yeah. So I'm interested in protecting him and his interests. Now, we're talking about this third-party triad, all like that. I'm be honest with you. If I can get a third person that's going to come in and help and pay some bills, and yeah, I'll take a triad, but that shit ain't gonna work. You know, because evidently somebody's gonna come in and it's gonna be conflict of interest.
Right.
If I could find, it was amazing to find Jamil and find somebody that was on the same page as I. To find a third person, I'm not even interested in that.
Right.
You know, I'm not even interested.
Dig it.
You don't like everybody like that.
Right.
You're not gonna like everybody.
But yeah. There's a freaking me. There's a freaking Jamil.
Absolutely.
You know? It's still there. We're still viral men. We are.
Okay. Okay.
But Jamil gives me everything I can possibly ask for in a sexual encounter. You know? Now, is there holidays and birthdays? Yeah, there is.
Right.
You know? What you want for your holiday? What you want for your birthday? You know? I mean, those things are possible. You know, they just are. We have an open mind. But the thing about it is nothing is going to come in and take the place or harm what we have built up. It won't happen. It won't happen. Have we to this day? No, we haven't. Is it open that it's a possibility that it can happen down the future? Yeah, it is. It's a possibility. You know? But with the right frame of mind. And with the right person. Just so anybody can just come up here and say, hey, I got
okay now.
You can't come and say I'm just a bottom. No, we don't need no bottom. We got that covered.
Right.
You know, I'm just a top. Oh, no, got that covered too. You know? No. You versatile. It's a possibility.
Might work.
Well,
now we dishing some real tea, children.
You know what?
Let me
say something. I would be a damn fool to think that this man is going to be he just want me and nothing else but me. He's a goddamn young man. You know, I'd be foolish to think that. Forever?
Okay, now here's the thing. Now is that how? Because see, one of the things that I think this ties into the question of the heterosexual pattern that someone had earlier. Because I think under those particular guides, or how you just define what you two have, it redefines or at least gives another definition of what a marriage is. Because I think that's kind of similar to heterosexuals who come in and they live a swingers lifestyle completely. You know, they marry and do this and the other. But the naysayers may say, okay, if that's what you think and that's what you believe, then why would you go through the commitment ceremony and the wedding versus the friendship ceremony? Separate that for us. Give us that significance.
Well, there was several relationships I had. It was based on sex. The sex was the relationship.
Okay, right. Okay, yeah.
So, you know, in that particular instance, that meant more to me than the actual person, the commitment, or anything. Don't mess with my sex. You know what I mean? Don't you be giving it to nobody.
Dig it.
So I lived my life in trying to make sure that piece was untapped, secure. Not focusing on the actual commitment, the responsibilities, the duties, all of that. In this particular situation, it's not like that. You know, everything else is more important than that particular entity. So in that case,
okay,
you know, we're
okay,
a little more open in that area as opposed to allow any other areas to kind of like be compromised.
dig it. Okay. Jamil, you want to comment on it?
Say the question one more time.
The question, I would say the naysayers may want to come at you with, after explaining what you just explained, why the commitment ceremony and not a quote-unquote friendship ceremony or, you know, a don't fuck with my man ceremony kind of thing? You know what I'm saying? Give us the significance of the wedding and what that means to you versus and why that was important and not just any fly-by-night kind of thing. The importance of it and its significance.
I mean, it was very important. I mean, because not just that, I am committed to him as his husband. He's committed to me as my husband. You know, I don't, regardless of what we would do, you know, as a playful mindset, he's still my husband. We still have responsibilities. We still have duties. We still have everything else outside of the bedroom. So, yes, he is committed to me. Yes, I am committed to him. You know, naysayers are just that, naysayers.
And that's what the ceremony kind of represented. I mean, in a sense, I mean, this is mine. I'm putting a ring on it. Don't fuck with my man. This is all mine.
Dig. Okay, I told y'all, honey, Stephanie Mills keep away girls, honey. Woo! That's gonna be when I get married, my husband and I. That's gonna be that's our first dance. I don't want nothing slow. I want him to sit down there and parade and dance around me with my razor in my hand, because I'll slash a bitch dead. Anyway.
I've been there, done that. I've had the relationship where, oh yeah, I've put enough fear in you to where you won't let nobody else touch this, but you treated me like shit in all the other areas. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
right.
A marriage is not sex. A marriage is so many other things. It really is. I mean, we have duties, we have responsibilities, not only to one another, but just to our household, to what we stand for, things of that nature. I mean, so we're adamant about keeping those things secure and solid. You know.
But just that. I mean, we're married. We're committed to each other. We're not dead. I should be able to come to him and say, hey, babe, he's cute. What do you think?
Yeah,
or she's cute. Yeah. What do you think about her? She has a big butt. Look at her ass. You know what I'm saying? Look at his pecs.
Wait, back up. Stop. Press pause. Pump the brakes. You are not going to tell me you are bi on top of your child.
No, he's not.
Oh, no, I'm over that. I'm past that. But
baby, I was going to say, okay, now, bitch, wait a minute. Do I need to schedule another fucking hour or what?
Right. No, I love women. I love women, but I'm past that at this point in my life. I'm past that.
Done that.
Okay. Been there, done that. And yes, I know that. What is your daughter's name? Madison. Okay. Oh, that's a strong name, honey. She could get a job. That's a corporate name, honey.
Let's keep it like that. Corporate.
Oh, that's a corporate name, honey. You know, one of them strong names like Clark and Madison. I love those kind of names on girls, honey, because that just says business all day. Okay, so lovely, and I threw that out there because I want to. Folks need to hear you. Okay, it's to hear you, babies, because I don't want the kids to sit up there and come across with this kind of, you know, this whole little idea of, okay, they ain't all that, or whatever the case may be. Okay, and you know how messy queens are, and that's I'm gonna have to do a show just on messy ass bitches, honey, because that shit it gets on my nerves. Now, I want,
Why is it so important to us as gay men, like the whole sex thing? Why is that's so important? Why does gay men think that the sex part makes up the relationship? It doesn't. It just doesn't.
That's something that we all have to learn, darling, because as men, period, gay, straight, tri, bi, Neanderthal, men, we have all been raised to where our sexual prowess is what we're all about. Everything about the male culture dictates that. Everything revolves around that. And the whole idea of a man would be a man kind of thing doesn't change because we're gay. In fact, gay culture fortifies it because that's all we do. That's all we know is tricking and tramping and carrying on and going to the parks and this, that, and the other, and fortifying that in a false sense of looking for love, because all that we have done in gay culture, particularly gay male culture, has been around sex. Now, for those of us who trade and this, that, and the other, the masculine side of it, they then stay in touch with that whole Neanderthal type thinking of not wanting to show their emotions. Those who show their emotions are the femme girls or the butch queens. See, we still get the tail end of everything. We get the brunt of this, we get the brunt of that. So gay culture in itself should be looked at and examined, but we're not going to, because everybody wants to sit up there and be them and do them and this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. And we end up having these kinds of debates and quarrels or whatever, even when we talk about sex. Because to say, when you just said, I was an exclusive top in my earlier years, but now, I've become open and aware to so many different things, and I'm having a much more enjoyable time because I'm doing it with my partner and I'm in love with him. Somebody would call you a damn fool, honey. Bitch, you wasn't no trade to begin with. You just a bottom in disguise, or and all of that. And everything revolves around sex with us, and I don't understand it primarily. Except from an addiction standpoint, but that's something completely different. But just on the surface, gay culture, honey, gay male culture, yeah, that's all we know. And we fortify it because even the coming out stage, coming out is always divide and conquer, honey. When you get to the club, okay, bitch, he cute. And, girl, I know when I came out, I was always, girl, how much dick did you get today? Or how much ass did you get today? All right, child, you better work.
Yeah, but see, I feel
and it facilitates it.
I always say to myself, the guy that turned me out, if he had done right by me, I'd probably still be with him to this day. All I wanted was
interesting
a relationship and a commitment and somebody to love me, and just somebody to adore me and just make me the priority in their life. That's all I ever wanted, So I've always been in search of that,
Okay.
So even with now, with having it all, I mean, it's just a wonderful thing. And if it opens you up to, versatility, acceptance and tolerance, then hey, so be it. There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. I feel. A lot of people, I've read articles about the triad and the third party and all like that. There's many articles out there about that happening now. But I just think we as men and as gay men, we just need to open up our minds to the possibility of whatever it is that your relationship and your situation needs and accepting it. What works for one doesn't work for the next one, But
right, that's true.
I've had too many sleepless nights, too much worry, anxiety about whether or not my partner was, is, or has cheated on me. I won't live like that again. I think honesty is the key, is the root to all happiness. Honesty. And being able to tolerate and put up with just about whatever you need to in your relationship. Now, am I going to let somebody make a fool of me, use me, and embarrass me like Tiger's wife? No. You need to be single. You don't need to be married, But I tell you this, won't nothing go on in my house, in my bedroom, or with my husband that I'm not aware of and I'm not in total agreement with. And that being
okay, now, Stephanie. All right, see, that's a Stephanie Mills. See, now you feel me. That's a Stephanie Mills move. Keep away, bitches. Okay.
That's no sin. If I know, I've come in agreement with it, and I've given my okay. You can't ask for no more.
Exactly. All right.
That eliminates a lot of frustration, a lot of anxiety, a lot of sneaking, a lot of plotting, planning, and scheming. That eliminates all of that. Eliminates it. Head on. We can do bigger.
Dig it.
Like build a house and build a home and a solid foundation and acquire some things and travel and just be happy.
Okay, yes. Now, see, y'all got some beautiful pictures, honey. You know, do y'all own that boat?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, the pontoon.
Okay, see, bitches, don't make me hit y'all with a wet noodle. When I saw that, I said, no, honey, they're too comfortable on this. I said, I think they own this. When I looked at the pictures on Facebook and carrying on. So, see, the life that you live, honey, speaks volumes. And for those who, and I'm going to say this for the haters, if you hate, honey, then hell, hate some more because, shit, they earned it, you know, they work hard for it, and, you know, for those of you who don't get it, who are jealous of it in a negative sense, not the cutesy, oh, girl, I'm so jealous, not that one. But if you wholeheartedly got venom in you for it, then, darling, honey, you do something about it productive to where you can acquire that. Don't hate on them.
Yeah.
Because, child, they've afforded themselves that. That's what they work for. They work hard. They sleep the sleepless nights. They're going through this bullshit that y'all put them through on Facebook and CYBERLAND about their wedding. Going through all of this fortifies them to say that I can own, you know, the SS Smittyboyz and carrying on, and I can go on the waters, and I can take trips, and I can go here. You know.
That is, we're not selfish with it. I mean, just like with the boat, we've had many boat parties, and we've had an open invitation on Facebook.
Many,
you know, we've invited people. You know, hey, come by. You know, you're more than welcome. You know, we're not selfish or hoarding anything. We're trying to share our good with everybody. How many of our friends, you know, have had the opportunity to go out on a boat on the lake? You know, we live on the lake. That's why we have the boat. You know, so.
Yeah, y'all right off of Lake Michigan, which is so cute.
Oh, yeah.
That is so cute, child. I've been on the boat out there, and honey, when you're out there on that boat, child, and you get right in what seems to be the center, and just look at the abyss and realize just how insignificant you are to the collective. Oh, wow.
Peace and his solitude.
Child, yes, honey.
They wanna, you know, circle the lake, go fast, brothers. I'm trying to get my solitude on the lake. I sit.
Child, commune, honey. Commune. I heard a minister say, if God was the ocean, I am just a cup of it, honey. I said, oh, that is sickening. Okay, but okay, now let's see. Cali Gay Lady in the chat room says she wants your permission to share your picture on her Facebook group. It's called Facebook Lesbian and Gays 40 and Over Club. I'm a club member. Oh, you a member? Oh, child, he already a member, child. Oh, she said, okay, I ain't read that. She said one of them is okay. I'm sorry, I see. You know, okay, reading is fundamental. See, I didn't read all of that. Anyway, okay, so yeah, you're already a member, so she wants to share your picture up there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know you guys. Okay, Hooked on Phonics work for me. Shut up, girl. They tease me in the chat room. You said you wanted to clear up something, and I want you to have the opportunity because I know I was one of them who thought differently, and that was the bracelet exchange.
Yeah.
During the ceremony.
Yeah.
It was before the ceremony.
Well, what is
okay?
we did exchange rings.
Tell her to give it to us, honey.
Entire ceremony, full ceremony, where we did do an exchange of rings. But the jewelry exchange that did end up on the blogs, and whereas they said that we exchanged bracelets instead of rings, what the exchange of the bracelets were a gift. We gave each other as wedding gifts. We had a jewelry exchange, whereas we gave each other bracelets and watches and diamond rosary chains, which is what we wore on the day of the wedding.
Yeah,
And I got that whole concept from watching Platinum Weddings, and they do it all the time. And I'm like, if they can do it, we can do it also. So we made it happen, which also took the budget to far exceed what we intended, especially at the point that we started buying all this jewelry. But I had to have it, you know. And so the bracelet, like I said, was part of our wedding gift to each other exchange. And at the actual ceremony, we exchanged wedding rings during the ring exchange part of the ceremony. So,
okay.
Just to get that out there, no, we did have rings and still do have rings. And the bracelets, like I said, was part of the gift exchange.
Okay.
So.
Well, alrighty then. That there is wonderful. I can't say this enough, how I am such a staunch supporter of you. And if we can go through, if I can find all of the Facebooking that I did, arguing folks down and carrying on, with arguing folks and carrying on, it would just be pages and pages, because I'm telling you, I am one who am just I'm a fan, if anything, and I am standing in support of what it is that you guys are doing. I don't like the fact that it had to come out this way, you know, in such a negative light that has brought you guys to this particular platform, to where you're practically forced to have to come out and do something, you know, to calm down the naysayers. But at the same time, I know that this is happening for a reason. And because of the type of lifestyle that you guys lead, you're able to use this to get the word out of what equality is, what it means to be African American and gay, and wanting to have a wedding. And, you know, you're able to do that on such a larger platform because you've been invited to things, and folks who are the movers and the shakers are coming to you, you know, to get your opinion on this and to get your opinion of that, and this, that, and the other, and et cetera, et cetera. So I stand behind that, and I encourage you to continue to move forward in that direction. And as long as it keeps your integrity and your dignity in point, without it upsetting what you two have built or created, darling, I say go for it. Again, in the tea room, honey, Callie Gay Lady says, if you need support on how to raise children in a gay-headed household, she said to tell y'all that she has almost 20 years of experience and she's available to befriend you. And also was inquiring about your circle of friends, and does your other gay friends have children? You know, that you guys have a support network of raising your kids in gay-headed households.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing about that is, I mean, we have all the support. I mean, we have family support when it comes down to raising kids. But see, this is not my first. I've already raised two, and I have grandchildren from my previous relationship. So,
excuse me.
We did a pretty good job, you know, and raising this 4-year-old, I think we have a good support system. We really do, and our friends and family, you know. And I don't think we're going to do it no different than the heterosexuals would. I don't think there's much. I mean, there's some explaining that we have to go about doing and everything, but she has such a strong will, and she's so intelligent and smart. and she's not easily swayed. You know.
Okay.
She defends herself. She stands her own ground. You know, so I can't see, you know, run into too many problems. You know, in raising her. And her mom is, you know, we're doing it all together. So, and her mom is a great mother. She has done a wonderful job so far. So, I mean, it's pretty good. But I tell you, it's nice to know that we have that type of support in the community. You know, that if we do need
okay.
that they're there. They're available to us. I love it. I love it.
Okay, now what's different this time around versus your first two times, Michael? You know, as far as raising children, because now is the difference is that you're completely in an openly gay relationship this time, or has it always been that way for you, or what?
No, I've always been. You know, there's a gentleman that I was with prior to Jamil. I was with him for 17 years, and he had a son and a daughter. So in raising them, it's not much difference. Jamil's a little stronger. You remember back then I was the top and I was the breadwinner and I was, you know, in control of the situation. It's not so much that this time, you know, because, you know, he has a vision for his child and I have to just latch on to his vision and then work with him within that. You know, it's not all about me this time around. I guess that'll be the
dig it. So you matured, honey. Okay, now.
I've been
okay, you have matured over the years, and bitch, you look good. Because I'm sitting here bragging about I'm gonna be 40, I'm gonna be 40, and you know all this time I'm sitting up here thinking you close to my age or something. I said, okay, they're close in age. Oh, okay, that is so cute. You know, this bitch say, honey, I'm 50. All right. See, you better be glad I didn't know that when I saw you. You better be glad I didn't know that when I saw you, honey, because you'd have to fling that hair one good time and just say hi and pooch. You know, just cause. Okay. But I live for it, honey. I live for it for just life itself. I live for life itself.
Absolutely.
And I'm so thankful that you two are doing your thing, honey. And that's why this was very important for me. So with that, let me give you two the final words. Is there anything that you want to say or to finalize and let the folks understand at this particular point? As I said, you know, now it's time to move forward because, you know, we've done the pictures, we've done the firing, we've done, you know, it's done already. Whatever else can be said, oh well, you know, it's done. So from this point, you know, what do you want to say to move forward?
To move forward, just look for us in the future, you know, always have our back, be a supporter of us, don't hate on us. We're just regular, normal, everyday people, you know, we just live a different life from other people, you know, but be our supporter, don't be naysayers, don't be negative nannies, don't try to bring us down, you know, we're here as black men and gay black men at that, support us. We really need support, you know.
Yeah, and for me, I think, I sympathize with a lot of the celebrities, and they be like, I'm not a role model, don't go by what I do, you know. But see, my thing is, it's important for Jamil and I at this point to really represent right. And if you see, you know, in the media, anything that we're doing and we're not representing the African American gay community right properly, check us, because we're checkable, you know. Let us know, because we're going to be out there representing the community, our people. And so in that sense, you know, hey, let us know if we're not representing you all right, or let us know when we're doing good. Let us know what the areas that we need to tap in on, because this is all new to us. We were thrown into this. We did not speak any of this.
Yeah. We
were just having a wedding, you know.
And I'm
okay.
Put that out there, too, to some people that believe that this was just an entertainment aspect. This was real. We actually had our ceremony because we wanted to have a ceremony. We didn't do this for publicity. We didn't do this to be thrown into celebrity life like some people have asked.
Who would have thought it was possible?
Yeah, if that's what it takes, believe me, a lot of people are going to try it. But that's not what it was. That's not what it was about. This was about love, and it was about genuine love.
And I think that's why this has a calling on it, because it's happening in a way that nobody can explain it.
Exactly.
You know, we can't explain it. No one can explain it, but it's happening. Okay, so in the process of it happening, what are we going to do with it? We're going to try our best to let everybody's voice be heard, not only ours, because we really don't have a voice. The community and the people pretty much tell us what we need to say and what we need to do. We're just puppets in this whole thing. We're just pawns in this game. And so what is it going to be, people? I mean, what do you all want from us? You want to see more of us? Well, we're working on that. We're working on the reality show. Okay, do you want to hear more of us? Yes, well, we got tons of interviews to come, more blogs to speak on. So, I mean, you know, let us know how we're doing. Keep a card on us. Keep a report card on us, because we're representing the community.
All right.
That's how I feel. Because I'm very checkable. Because I love it when I get constructive criticism, because I'm not. I might be 50, but I'm not fully grown yet. And I'm still learning.
Okay. Say that. Okay.
Still learning.
Now, for those who want to get in touch with you, give me your blog addresses or how they can find you.
They can find us. Well, of course, they can go and visually view us on the Smittyboyz channel on YouTube. And, of course, you know, we both have our Facebook pages, which mine is Michael Cole-Smith, and Jamil's is Jamil Smith-Cole. And if anybody is interested in us speaking or any type of appearances, they can contact Bianca Holmes at Max Exposure Marketing Group, which is info@themaxposuregroup.com, which is spelled INFO at THEMAXXPOSURE group.com. So they can follow us.
And then we're on Twitter, too.
Yeah, we're on
Smittyboyz
Twitter.
on Twitter. Follow the Smittyboyz.
Follow the Smittyboyz. We need more followers.
Okay.
Everybody.
I find myself following everybody. I'm just such a groupie.
We just pull people up and say, oh, I want to follow them.
Right.
We're trying to follow all the major celebrities. We're trying to get all the major celebrities to follow us.
Twitter's hot, but I like Facebook better.
Yeah. Twitter.
Yeah, I think I'm the same way.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so am I, you know.
We're Twitter virgins, so.
Yeah. Giving us lessons and stuff on Twittering.
Okay. Now, your hair salon. Darling, you're entrepreneurs, honey. Get it out there.
Yeah, the Talk of the Town Salon.
Talk of the Town Salon. We're at 24th and Nicollet. The address is 2403 Nicollet Avenue in Minneapolis. And we're here Tuesday through Saturday.
And if you plan on visiting the Talk of the Town Salon, Minneapolis, Minnesota, go to our website, which is thetalkofthetownsalon.com. We have coupons and specials on there, so take advantage of it.
All right. That's what I'm talking about, honey. I mean, hell, make it work for you. Shit, hell, if they're going to talk about you, honey, make them spend a couple of dollars to do it. Shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well.
Okay, now. Okay, now, I'm telling you, because I'm going to predict it, honey. Somebody coming up in there because they're going to want that hair, baby, so be ready.
The hair for them.
They're going to want that hair just if to do nothing but to bounce and behave and blow in the wind, honey. Hell, I think I started shaving my hair because I got a little bald spot up here now, so shit. You know, I said, well, no, let me just take it off because I didn't want to have, you know, if my hole in the hair looked like a hole in the head, honey, no. Okay. So I just started shaving it, but I may have to come up in there, honey, and whew. Okay.
I don't need no hair, just your scalp. That's all I need. A willing person.
Okay.
Healthy scalp.
A healthy scalp. Well, all right.
Yeah.
Well, my darlings, I have taken up almost another hour of your time. It is now 2 minutes to 3 here. And a bitch got to get up and get dressed because I still had to go make the donuts, child. I'm off, but I still have to go and secure the rent money, honey, for these children here. Okay. So I would like to thank you so much for allowing me and the countless others to be a part of your world. Thank you for just your testimony of what you guys feel for one another, because I feel it. It's real. It's wonderful. And just like you say, it sounds like a fairy tale, but everybody who tells their story on love and how they met and everything, everybody sounds the same. It sounds like it's a fairy tale because we never believe that it could actually happen until it does. And I thank you so much for not allowing the scrutiny to diminish anything that you have. And I thank you for saying that you're going to stand up in spite of the scrutiny and say, okay, this here must be what we're called to do through our union, and that is to represent this very well. And, you know, through all of the extravagance of the wedding, and we've talked about the cake and the crystal tears and the this and the that, and, you know, through all of that extravagance, you guys have now allowed us to see that it's possible. And through all of that, you guys are willing to let that extravagance catapult you into an area where folks will listen and folks will take heed and folks will notice. So for that, I thank you, and I encourage you to live, honey. Just live, okay? And live life to your fullest and in your truth. And until the Lord decides to call us all home, honey, that is what I'm going to hold you to. And that is to live and to live abundantly, to live in your own truth. And as you are a blessing, be a blessing to others. So with that, my darlings, thank you so much for dishing your tea with me. And know that, honey, y'all got my phone numbers, y'all got my Facebooks, honey, anytime. And I'm going to put you on blast, Michael. Get to writing, sugar, because we need this book. Because there's a lot of things, honey, that we didn't cover here that I'm going to save for the book.
Okay.
And then when it's ready, honey, you come back and we do the exclusive, honey.
Okay, we will.
In fact, I have a book club, so we'll put you on the book club.
Okay, that'll work.
Okay. So, all right then, my darlings, go curl some hair, get a hair dryer going or something.
Okay. I've been curling. Cutting and curling.
Okay.
Can't stop that.
Okay. So on that, my darlings, you guys have a beautiful, fabulous day, and I will talk with you again soon. Give Bianca my love.
We will.
Okay, me.
And we'll see you during the
All right. Thanks, babe.
okay weekend.
Okay, yes. Oh, okay, lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, love.
Okay, then.
Okay.
All right, babies.
Bye-bye, me.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Smittyboyz doing their thing with us and being lovely. And I thank you for joining us on Dishing Tea. What I want you to understand is that we needed them to have a voice of their own so that they can denounce a lot of the negativity that was going on. So I hope that this entertained you and inspired you and continues to move to get you to move forward in whatever direction that you're going in. Just move forward. Okay? So thank you for your love and your support. Join us next week because we have the one and only, the fabulous Mr. Fine as himself, R&B soul singer Mr. Christopher Williams will be dishing his tea with us next week, and I'm so looking forward to that. So tell all your friends if you enjoyed it, honey. If you hated it, tell all your enemies, because one way or another, honey, this show will go on. So with that, my loves, let me get ready to go make a couple of donuts, and I will talk with you guys next week, okay? So I will talk with you soon, sugars. Thank you for dishing tea with Big Meech.